信を確認。
Hi guys, this is AC Gamer back with another video on Revived Witch. Now in today's video what I'm going to be doing is making an updated tier list. So we've gotten new characters, we've gotten a bunch of new characters, so I feel like it is the perfect time to actually make a tier list. So I will be going over obviously the S tier characters, the A tier characters and the B tier characters. Now below that I do not care about the characters, so I will not be mentioning them now. Mentioning them in this video. Now the tier list has actually changed quite a bit. New characters were added to S tier, one specific one beloved character dropped down from S tier to A tier, and a lot of stuff. So hopefully you guys actually like this video. Stay tuned for more content on Revived Witch. Let's get to 10k subscribers. At 10k subscribers I will be doing a giveaway, so definitely stay tuned for that. If you guys don't want to miss out on upcoming Revived Witch content, make sure you click the post notification on, so make sure you click the bell icon, and yeah, let's get right into it. So yeah, I'm actually a little bit like sad that one of our favorite characters has dropped down from S tier to A tier, but I do understand why. Single target now is just the way it is because of boss stages. There's a lot of events now that prioritize dealing more damage to the bosses, so you can't really do that with AoE characters like LR. But yeah, S tier. So we're going to start off with the Destroyer. Now new S tier, we got the brand new character. So the brand new character, Kapla. Now when I was making my video on Studio Summon, I did actually say she's definitely an S tier character. I just didn't know whether she was better than Yui, because Yui is also kind of similar. So Kapla and Yui are both S tier characters, so you already know that the character that actually dropped down from S tier to A tier is Ella. But so yeah, let's focus on Kapla and Yui as the S tier Destroyer characters. Now if you go over to details for Kapla, she is a Brimstone, is it Brimstone? Saltstone, sorry, Saltstone character, just like Yui. She's also a single target character, and in my opinion I actually think Kapla will just be a better version than Yui, just because of Kapla's skill over here, which gives her increased survivability with the shield. So she's just going to be as tanky, and she's also has this passive that makes sure that she actually procs this every 5 hits. So it's technically like a charge skill, but isn't at the same time. But yeah, makes Kapla a very reliable single target character. Her damage is definitely going to be insane. Yui is not as tanky in my opinion compared to Kapla. Now obviously a lot of people will say they shouldn't have summoned for Kapla, just because Yui and Kapla basically are similar. Yui is a free SSR character that they can work on, whilst Kapla is a UR character you do need to summon for her. However, I would definitely say that it is still better to get Kapla, because Kapla will have longevity compared to Yui, just because a UR character will have more stats, I think, and it is going to cost a lot more to upgrade the UR character compared to an SSR character. But yeah, in the long run I do feel Kapla will just be the better version to get. But yeah, those are the two S tier Destroyer characters. Now moving on to the S tier assassin characters, we got Saleya and Akasha. Now before, Akasha was only at A tier. Now Akasha is S tier just because of her exclusive equipment. So if you do not have exclusive equipment, the unique equipment for Akasha, she will not be at S tier, but once you get that, she will deal insane amount of damage. Saleya also got her own exclusive equipment, and Saleya was already better than Akasha even before the exclusive equipment. Now with Saleya's exclusive equipment giving her 30 seconds boost, it makes Saleya just a better assassin compared to Akasha. But Saleya and Akasha are both S tier. In my opinion, Saleya is just a better one to have overall, because Saleya, she is technically an AoE target character, but AoE also deals insane amounts of damage. Like if you compare that to Ella, we all say Ella is a good damage dealer, but compared to single damage Destroyer character, the damage from Kapla is just going to be more than Ella. But if you take a look at Saleya's AoE damage or single target damage that she does with the AoE attack, it is just going to be a lot more compared to Akasha. So those are the two S tier characters. In my opinion, Saleya is always going to be my waifu, my favorite character. I am still trying to get her exclusive equipment, and if I do, I will definitely start using her as my main DPS character. Kapla is also good as a main DPS character. So yeah, moving on to the Guardian character, the two S tier characters, we got A Fallen and Catherine. So Catherine was the newly released Guardian character, and yeah, she's actually very good. If you go over to Catherine, Catherine is very good in a what's it called, physical team, and she is a fire, not fire, let's find a specific name. So she is a brimstone character. I don't think I need to talk too much about A Fallen and why she is a very good guardian character and why she's S tier. A Fallen has this immunity skill that makes her absolutely amazing. A chaos skill also does huge amount of damage, so yeah, but that also does debuff as well. So yeah, I don't really need to talk too much about that. Oh yeah, with Catherine as well, Catherine does have a charge skill which just makes her a lot better to run in an AoE, not AoE, in an auto team. So that's why Catherine and A Fallen are S tier. Now moving on to the healer, we only have Turnell in S tier. Turnell is just going to be like the best healer in the game. I just feel like there can't be a better healer. Turnell does huge amounts of that heals, and she has a charge skill that automatically does her abilities every single time, and you also get a attack buff from that. So yeah, Turnell will just be a better healer to use. Now we'll talk about the other good healers. They are in A tier, but we'll talk about them when I go over to the A tier characters. Moving on to the mages, the S tier mages are Minna and Mayel. Now Minna, we already know why Minna is top tier. Minna has a ability that makes her deal a huge amount of single target. Now before AoE was the meta, but now single target is just the way to go. And if you want to deal huge magical damage, Minna with Amanami, and if you also want to buff the crit, I guess you can use Dorian. You can make a team with A Fallen, Minna, and Amanami. You get a buff from the element, and you can also use Saservi. So if you guys don't know about the Saservi meta, Saservi is just a character you put in there so she dies, but because the enemy has already marked as the target, she does increase the overall damage you do. So if you combine that with Minna will just deal a huge amount of single target ability damage. Now moving on to the other S tier character, we have Mayel. Now I actually recently worked on her. There she is. Now she is at Ascension level 4 for me as well. Now why is Mayel good? She does a huge amount of damage, and she also heals as well. So if you need a little heals whilst you're dealing damage, you can also get that from Mayel. So she also is an AoE attacker. Yeah, moving on to compellers. Now the S tier compellers is Amanami, Metamorphosis, and Dorian. Now Dorian, like I said, I really started loving Dorian. Dorian is one of those characters I use more than Metamorphosis. But yeah, Amanami, she is one of the best buffers for magic teams. Where is she? So if you guys are trying to do huge magic team magic damage, Amanami is just a must-have. That is what I'm gonna say, a must-have for a magic team. She has a charge skill that also what's it called, increases magic damage taken, and you can also just use this over here, get yourself one order energy and also heal allies. So survivability from her and increased damage from Amanami, just overall one of the best characters in the game. Moving on to the other character, we got Metamorphosis. For physical teams, Metamorphosis is the character you use for buffing, but obviously with the release of Dorian, most people like to use Dorian over Metamorphosis because of the increased crit and stuff like that. But yeah, Metamorphosis with this ability is amazing. She also has the skill that increases her damage. I definitely feel like with Dorian, you can definitely deal more damage at a faster pace compared with Metamorphosis, because her skill costs are quite expensive, especially for this one if you want to deal a huge amount of damage. But yeah, that also provides you with I've already mentioned why Dorian is just overall amazing. Now Dorian has two skills that are very cheap to use: 2 order energy, 2 chaos energy. So you can easily do this. You can build up on your rage. I believe it's called rage, where you can just do a limited attack. Yeah, you can actually easily do that with Dorian, and she increases the damage the enemies can take by 20% with this skill over here. And then with this as well, she's able to increase all allies attack by 25% and crit damage by further 25%. And with her passive, casted mysterious gift box, which is this one over here, increases the crit rate for characters. So increased crit rate, increased crit damage, increased attack, overall solid buffer character. Many people use her in some of the boss stages we have, or event stages we have, where we have to deal a huge amount of damage to the bosses. Now those are all the S tier characters in the game. Do I disagree with any of the placing? I don't think so. I think those are the characters that you guys should go for. Obviously there is must-have characters within those characters I've talked about. For physical team, must-have, I guess you can, no, well, there's not really must-have for physical team. Either you have Kepler, you have Yui or Saleya for your damage dealers, but for magic team, definitely would say Amanami as a must-have. Dorian was a free-to-play character, so if you guys were available during the Christmas event, you should all have Dorian, and she's definitely a, I want to say must-have because you can definitely use Metamorphosis. Now moving on to the A tier. Now Ella. Ella has been moved down from S tier to A tier. She is at A tier because AoE damage from Ella is good. Obviously Ella is just AoE, but her damage for single targets, if you're using her against bosses, her damage isn't enough. I'm sorry guys, it's just not enough to warrant it. And it also takes longer to use Ella because you do need to charge up the chaos skill so that you can then transform Ella and then use her skill. But the amount of time needed just going to increase the duration of the matches. So yeah, Ella has been moved down to A tier. Next up, it looks like Caprion has been moved to A tier. To be honest, I haven't used her, so I don't know too much about her, so I can't actually talk too much about that. Moving on to the Assassin A tier units, we have Matt V. Now she is a battle pass character. That's the newly released battle pass. I actually can get her, I just haven't gotten it or pressed it. So there she is. I'm just going to press it right now. There we go. So she is an A tier character. She definitely is kind of similar with Akasha in terms of dealing damage, but because Akasha does have exclusive equipment, that's why Akasha is at a higher position. I'm sorry if I butchered the character's name, but yeah, she is very good. If you guys are still considering getting the battle pass, I did make a video on that, go ahead and check it out. So yeah, that's Matt V at A tier. Moving on to the Guardian A tier characters, we have Turner of Light. Now she was a newly released character. She, in my opinion, isn't better than A4, and I already saw it when I was making a video should you summon. I did say people to skip on her because most people probably have a Fallen or Catherine. So yeah, there's no reason for you guys to summon for Turner of Night. Yeah, sorry. And next up we have Celadonia. Yeah, she's a physical character. I don't really want to speak too much about her, but she does have a charge skill that makes her absolutely good. Also in A tier we have Nana. She was released during the Halloween season. She's kind of similar to A Fallen in a way, but because A Fallen has immunity, it means she is better. Moving on to the A tier healers, we have Flora, Cher, and Senefia. I'm butchering the character's name, I apologize. But Flora is the free-to-play character that you guys got given the 7-day event. There she is. So she is an A tier healer. Go ahead and build her up. She's free. She also has an exclusive equipment, if I am not wrong. Oh yes, she does. She does have a unique equipment. You can go ahead and get that. Even with the unique equipment, she's still not an S tier character because Turner will just always be better because of the charge. Oh, she also has a charge skill as well, so that is very good. Next up we have Cher. Now I actually did like Cher. I was tempted to put her in S tier myself, but because she doesn't have a charge skill, but she works well with crit. So if you want to build a team, you want to focus on Cher, you can use Dorian, Cher, and your main damage dealer, but then you're technically losing in damage. But Cher provide you with some crits, and you can increase your survivability with the crits because the more crit you do, the more heals she actually does. But yeah, look at this, man. She actually looks very stunning. One of my favorite waifus in the game. Next up we have Senefia. She is the free-to-play character you get given for pre-registration. Solid, she has a charge skill, she heals, she's amazing. Go ahead and build her up. She also has a unique equipment, which I already have. Surprisingly, I didn't actually remember me getting it. Probably was a free-to-play exclusive equipment. That is the A tier healers. Now moving on to the A tier magic characters or mage units, sorry. We have Idol Flora, which was the newly released Flora for the Christmas event. I can't really remember what she does, but with the mage characters, I think it's just a lot better to get Mayo, Mina, Yushvia, and those should be your ones you should focus on. But yeah, there is Idol Flora, Ushvia, Lilia, and the new Esther character Daphios, which I actually do not have. But yeah, the characters you can actually get from the A tier are only Ushvia, Idol Flora, and Dophius. Right now you can't get Lilia unless you took part during the CBT. I can't really talk too much about Idol Flora or Daphius or Lilia. Moving on to the A tier compeller characters, we got Saservi. Now I want to talk about Saservi. Now even though Saservi is at A tier, she definitely can be S tier if you use her correct. Obviously with Saservi, the method you use with her is just the suicide method. Basically put her in, she dies, she gives you a buff, that is fine. That's basically what you use Saservi for. But you don't actually use her as your main buffer like a Manami or Metamorphosis or Dorian, but she does have her uses. Akana, she's also good because she's able to increase the energy you get, so that's good. Gulvik is kind of similar to Ella, but not as good as Ella in my opinion in terms of damage and survivability. But yeah, those are the A tier characters. Now I'm going to speed through the B tier characters because I don't think a lot of people need to focus on that. So yeah, for B tier destroyer character, we got Hilda. She is an SR unit, so that's actually very, very good. Moving on to the B tier assassin characters, we got In and Lu, which are the dual units. Moving on to the B tier guardian character, we got Lorne. Now, I actually want to talk about Lorne because she's actually a good character to build. Even though she's a B tier, you can actually use her in some of the broken land. So you can actually use her in here. She's actually fantastic to build. Next up for healers, we have Norn as B tier character. I also built her up because she's also good in broken land. B tier mage characters, we got Parkane with the freeze. Freeze are amazing. We got Dana, sorry. She's also newly released SR unit, I think. Yeah, there she is. She's all the way there. She's also good. And for the B tier compeller characters, we got Lacrima and Tama. Both characters can be used in broken land as well and are also very good to use. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I do understand that this video is technically long, but the ones you guys should be interested in are the A tier and S tier characters. I don't think it's that hard to get most of the characters in A tier and S tier, but yeah, hopefully you guys have luck whilst you're summoning for some of the top tier characters in the game. If you guys are wondering who are my favorites in this tier list, I will say Saleya, Mina, no, actually not Saleya, Dorian, and Aminami. Those are my favorite. Obviously Ella as well. Ella is just my favorite because of the transformation skill. So hopefully you guys like this video. Stay tuned for more content on Revived Witch. It's been your boy AC Gamer, and I'm out.
Was it the voice? Was it the fire burning in me? All of the noise turned into choirs of harmony.